think we got this. I think we got it down to a science. Yes, sir. We up in here on Thanksgiving night, putting this here flight out. Yeah, because that's what we gonna do tonight. Welcome everybody to the airplane show for this episode. Well, I guess show's an episode of the same thing, but welcome back, all my fine aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome back to the best damn airplane show you're gonna see on Thanksgiving night. That's a guarantee. As long as you watch this show and you don't watch any other airplane shows, this will be the best damn show you watch tonight when it comes to airplanes. All right, so I wasn't gonna do this BAE flight, but we're gonna do it anyways. Because I was looking at all the different planes I got. And I haven't really flown one of these BAEs in a while. So we're gonna do this Aer Lingus. I love green. So we're gonna do this Aer Lingus flight from Donegal, Ireland to London Heathrow. Heathrow Airport. Hope everybody that celebrates Thanksgiving had a good Thanksgiving. If me saying Happy Thanksgiving triggers you, you can find another channel to watch. That's for sure. All right, we're gonna turn off real flight conditions because it's nighttime. Let's go ahead and just do clear skies. And we're not gonna do real time. I don't want to do real time. Let's do what now? Let's do like we gonna leave like sunrise. Let's start here and see what happens. All right, so we got flight conditions. We got 5:55 a.m. All right, we're not leaving on runway 3. I know that. I mean, we're taking off on runway 3, but let's go to ramp number 3, I guess, right? Where the hell's my airplane at? Oh, no. Man, I am so full, man. We ate so much food on Thanksgiving. It's probably my second favorite holiday. I think Halloween's probably my absolute favorite. And then after that, I say it's Thanksgiving. Just eat so much food. Football, sweatpants. Of course, we didn't watch too much football where I was at, but my mom's getting older, so we were helping out as much as we could, trying to be good childrens. Whoa, this is really dark. That's so dark, we gotta use a flashlight. Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll make it a little brighter. Nah, we'll be all right. Let's just do this. All right, so what are we working with here? Let's go ahead and bring in our flight plan. Is it going to give us METAR? Oh, it does give us METAR for both. All right, excellent. All right, and let's go to Aerocraft and import all of our SimBrief stuff. And let's put on ground power. And let's open up the forward passenger and the stairs. And I guess we'll do forward cargo, forward service, and aft cargo, and aft service. Well, we might as well just do everything. Nah, we'll leave that one the way it is. All right, very good. So one thing I do want to do before we do anything else is, because this is such a pain in the ass to do, is I want to set the target altitude for our descent first. Because if I try to do this in the air, it's usually a huge pain in the dick to do this. All right, let's see if I can get a good angle to try to get to this keyboard here. It's worked pretty good so far. Usually it's a huge pain to get to that keyboard. All right, I got to click sync now because I can't move. So clicking sync, for some reason, allows me to move. It's the strangest thing. All right. All right, now we can go backspace. Let's go 2500. So 2500. Come on, zeros. Yeah. Must be something in the way that's not letting me hit those zeros. Usually it picks up whatever's behind. All right, enter. All right, let's see if we can close this keyboard now. Let's go back to sync. Come on, man. Let me get to the keyboard. There we go. All right, we could take sync off now. So this system will, when you're in the air, click sync on both of these, and it'll sync your ground speed and your current altitude, and then it'll tell you down here how many miles you need to get to this target altitude. So since this is very finicky and usually it's very tough to get to this keyboard to pull up, I wanted to do that now. That way I'm not fighting with it in the air. All right, and let me see something here. Close this out. Let me get the OFP up here. Now, I don't know if this flight ever took place in real life, but I like this Aer Lingus livery, and I just got the package with the Heathrow Airport. So I've had Donegal, that's part of the standard plan, but I recently upgraded to the premium because I wanted to get a few more of the airplanes. I really wish the Dreamliner was, a bit more realistic with all the buttons you can push and all that. But actually, I think the Dreamliner on Aerofly is better than the one on here. All right, so one thing that I'm really disappointed with this Dreamliner from Microsoft is like the tablet you use to calculate like the landing and all that. You can't use it even in the simulator here, which is crazy to me. That you had this high-tech simulator and you cannot, like, the tablet is just as useless in here as it is in Aerofly. All right, let's bring up our checklist because we definitely need that. I usually do this one with the evaluation. We'll start with it. If it gets a little, monotonous with it, we'll use it until we start the engines, I guess.
Landing gear. Down. Weather radar.
Okay, it's off. And let's put this on 15.
On. NAV lights. High int. Bat 1 and 2.
Let's put on our power here.
Both on voltage check. Parking brake. Yellow and park. Master switches.
Click all them.
All on. Ground ignition. As required.
Sometimes these buttons you can double click on it, and sometimes you have to use the, for me at least, it's the right and left trigger.
Generators 1 and 4. Both off /reset. Galley /shed switch. Galley. APU generator. On. Fuel pumps. Left inner arm. Engine fire handles. All in. Ground test.
Yeah, we can just tick this item here.
Fire X5 and EXE. APU. Start. APU RPM and TGT.
Monitor. I like the way this plane lights up. At nighttime. I think it's pretty cool looking. Let's set our cabin pressure. We're going to go to 22,000 feet today.
Stable. APU air and packs.
Don't mind if I do.
On. Landing gear indicators. 3 greens.
Yep.
MWS. Tested and norm. Overhead annunciators. Tested and norm. Cabin emergency lights. Arm. Ground test. Postall route speed anti-skid gear flat. Receive. On yell brake, press rise check off. AC pump and PTU. On yell and GRM, press rise check off. Flight deck emergency lights. Arm. Yaw dampers.
Let's turn the yaw dampeners on. They're back here.
Oxygen mask.
Let's complete that.
100% flow check. Oxygen main valve.
Turn this on.
On.
All right, that's it for the primary. Let's turn that off. We'll come back to that. Turn on a little bit of his lights. Let's put in our flight plan before we do anything else. All right, let's put on our lights over here. Kind of bright. Let's turn it down a little bit. Still kind of bright, Jesus Christ. All right, that's okay. All right, let's set up our flight plan. Let's go into the OFP and check our coordinates here at Donegal. It's north 5502, west 00. That's close enough. All right, that's good. Let's go to flight plan. All right, EIDL. I think I built a pretty good flight plan today. I was going to use the one that SimBrief gave me, but I didn't really like it, so I did a different one. So this one I built by hand using Navigraph, and then I inputted it into SimBrief to validate everything, and then once it was validated, really I can't put an alternate in. That's so ghetto. And then once I validated it in SimBrief, then I went ahead and sent it over to Navigraph and finished it up that way. All right, we're going to take off on runway 3 today. Let's execute that. Let's go back to flight plan. And we have right, EGT is the first one. So we got EGT. All right. And then we got Belzu, B-E-Z-L-U. B-E-L-Z-U. B-E-L-Z-U. And we got a highway. We got L10. So I wasn't going to use L10 to fly, but we're flying in between its minimum and maximum value. So I wanted to use a different highway, but in the air, but I couldn't because we're not flying over 25,000 feet. And the one highway I was looking at in the air was we needed to be over 25,000 feet. It was 25,000 feet was the minimum, and we're not flying up to our maximum cruising range. I believe this has a maximum cruising range of 25,000 feet. So maybe we'll go up to 24,000. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll go to 25,000. Not really planning on it, but we'll see what we do. All right, Y, and I believe that's all we need to put in because our arrival has the next waypoint. All right, so we are doing ILS 27L, and we're doing BNN. All right, and we are doing NUG, this one here. All right, execute. Now let's go to legs. All right, we got EGT, Belzu. These are all the stops. And then Y to the, yep, that is good. So let's clear and execute. And TOBID is flight level 20,000. Let's see what that says here on our chart. Well, actually, you know, we can pull up the chart right here. Let's look at it together. Forgot this plane has the charts. All right, let's go to arrival. Yep, Heathrow, and we got NUG. 1H. Where is it? Oh, it's the Lam 1. Lam 1Z. Here we go. This one here. See if we can zoom it. All right, Nugra. Yep, it is 20,000 feet. All right, TOBID is 20,000. Very good. What's our transition? Radar vectors. RNAV, flight level. Pilot should plan for possible descent clearance as follows. All right, we don't really need to worry about that too much. I don't see our transition altitude listed on this chart. All right, that's fine. Usually it's up. Oh, trans level set by ATC. All right. It's probably like 5,000. Let's see if it's on the landing chart, the approach chart. Altitude, no, it's set by, oh, okay, 6,000 feet is what's on that chart there. Not the chart we're looking at, but the landing chart. All right, very good. So this is all set. Let's go to index. I don't think there's really much else to set up on here. Pose in it, we got that. Let's go back to index and just double check everything. Hold, progress, sectional, frequency. None of this stuff we really need. We're not going to put a fix in just yet. We may put it in on the arrival. Message, GNS control. There's really like nothing else to put in. It's a pretty straightforward system here. I mean, it's like there's really not much to put in other than the flight plan. One thing I do like is that you put arrival data and it gives you the frequency, you know, the threshold, like it gives you a lot of good info. That I do like. And it does have the progress page, which will be on. One thing with this is whatever you do on this screen mirrors it. Same thing, like they mirror each other. So, all right, it's all good. Let's go ahead and go to the next steps of our plane here. So let's do before start, and then we'll push back and then start the plane. So,
Departure briefing.
yep, that's complete.
Complete. VHF NAV ratings.
Hang on, let's turn up the glare shield here. It took me so long to find this button. When I first looked for it, I could not find that button. All right, so standby on and well, hang on, buddy. Let's turn this one on too. We're gonna turn them on. Let's turn both of them on, pal. Let's not be hasty. It's close. You to auto. Ice detect. You can turn this on.
Fasten seatbelt signs.
Turn you on.
Fuel quantity.
Yep, we're good. Right here.
Check. Flight data recorded.
All right, I guess we can set the month, day, and year, right? Come on. All right, so the day is, what is today's date? It's the 23rd. So let's go 23. The month is good. And I guess we'll put the year in. Oh, the flight leg and number. It's HO123. So it's leg 1. And 123 is the flight number. And then let's click all the buttons I normally click to make sure everything is good. We click that, click you, and we're good. Let's tick that. Yep, let's cross-check y'all. So let's come here and click on you. And we are at 3033 or 1027. So, okay, 3033, 27. That changed as well, and you changed as well. Very good. All right. All right, so let's click on this thing here to set our speed bugs. Target 82, TREF.
Check bugs. Doors and equipment.
All right, so let's go ahead and come over here. Well, actually, let's turn off our ground power first, which we probably should have done when we got the APU on, but that's all right. All right, let's come up here. Let's click on this, and let's go to aircraft. Let's close you up. Close you. Close you. Let's close you. Let's get rid of you. The stairs away. Hello. Aren't the stairs going anywhere? See, I was leery about playing around with this. Now it's not working.
Close and remove.
All right, there we go. When in doubt, autocomplete. All right, let's back up. And where's the runway at again? Right over here, I think. Yep, okay. So we need to back up to the... All right, let's connect you. Actually, let's put our beacon. I'm not going to use the autocomplete at this point because it's a pain with the starting of the engines. All right, pain. We'll do the beacon light first, and then we'll back up and then start the engines. Let's turn our brake off. Let's start backing up, and let's go this way. We'll make it a little brighter, I guess, after we take off. We'll make it like sunrise. All right, that's good right there. So let's click cancel. Close you up here. Go back to normal screen. All right, and let's put the brake back on. All right, let's get our engines, get ready to get fired up. So let's turn off the... Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, pack off and APU. Air off. Let's turn on all the fuel pumps. So that one's on now. That one. That one. All right, TMS is off. TMS is this system here. All right, so it's the same thing for every engine to start it. So this has to be on normal, which it is. Let's click this on. Turn this dial to number 4 first, and then come down here and click start. All this will light up. The green will light up. All that will light up. When this... Why are you not working? That should work. Hang on, let me reset. All right, let's turn this off. Off. Maybe I'm not on normal. PC, okay, normal. On, and there we go. Okay, now it's clicking. All right. Engine number 1 is now firing up. And in the meantime, what we can do is let's click on this button here to put ourselves in like the flight director type mode for like, hang on, this is the flight director here for this side. So that button there, nav, and this other nav here, the R nav here puts you in like nav you're following like the flight plan. The other nav button is if you're like doing like following localizers, that kind of stuff. See, right now it's kind of centered. If you were to click on this now, see how it says VORILS right here? Now when you click on it, you're in RNAV mode. So, and it's got, you know, this is now pointing where we're supposed to, you know, where we're going to be heading. All right, when the lights turn off, we're starting. When those green lights turn off, you can go ahead now and go to number 3. Repeat the process. Why is this thing having an issue with starting tonight? It never has an issue. All right, let's turn this off, turn it back on again. That fixes it. Yeah, now it's flipping up. I never have to do that. I wonder why that's doing like that tonight. Like typically when I'm starting up this plane, once these green lights go out, I can just go to the next engine and click this button here. Oh well, the engines are starting, that's what matters. All right, let's go RNAV here, and let's turn on our flight director here, and I guess we can go to 24,000 feet. Why is the altitude all blanked out? That is weird. Oh, because this isn't on. Duh. I didn't have the avionics master on, the autopilot master, so. All right. Let's go number 2, and I guess we'll click this off and click it back on and do that, and really, guys? Come on, man. Right, let's try it again. That's working. Don't know why it wasn't before, but it's good now. All right, put number 2 on. Right. That's good. It's still in its starting mode. Now the OFP, I believe, says we can go up to 25,000 feet. Is that? I guess we can put up 25,000 and see what happens. I don't usually take this plane up that high, but yeah, it's what it's calling for. So let's follow sim brief and see what it says. I think 25,000 is the maximum altitude. If I'm correct, I don't know. I think it is. All right, that's good now, and let's go ahead and I guess turn you there, turn you off, turn you on, and see if you start up. Nothing. Why is this thing being so weird tonight? I never have to go through this. All right, now N2 is working. All right, all engines are now on. We can go to the after engine checklist. Okay, after start. Definitely, I have not remembered everything that needs to be done in this airplane. Definitely need to continue with the checklist on this airplane for a while. All right, are we good? Yep, all the engines are on. Okay, that's good. So starter selector, start power is normal. These buttons, by the way, you can slide them side to side. They're for like locking and unlocking these switches from going to a certain, like when it's locked, you can't move this down to cold. But if you were to slide this to the side, you could then put this button down where cold is. So, all right, start power is normal. That's good. All right, put this one off and off. Engine anti-ice. I don't really think we need. What's the temperature outside right now? ETAR is it's 11 degrees right now. Now we don't need engine ice. Okay. Let's turn on the two generators. Generator 1. Generator 2. All right, brake fans, let's put them on auto. They're up here. Brake fans are on auto. Engine 2 and 3 hydraulics. Let's put those on. So we got right here. All right. We got to put you on auto and you on. All right, let's turn on all the heaters. APU, air, and packs. Okay, let's put TMS on. So let's click power and click TO for takeoff. Let's set our transponder to be on. I guess we can turn this on too. Brake temperature. All right, let's put this thing on EARA. And let's go ahead and put our taxi lights on. So we can put these lights on too. And we might as well put on our strobe lights since it's really dark outside. Strobe lights, wing lights, logo lights. All right, let's taxi to the runway. We should probably put our flaps down too, right? Now, since we're so close to the runway. All right, brakes we know are good. Let's put our flaps down. Flaps down. Flight instruments we know are good. Flight directors are fine. Trims are fine. Configuration test. All right, so let's take off the brake and then test it. All right, no sound. That means we're good. See if we do it now, we should hear a beep. Okay, it's because the brakes are on. All right. Continuous A and D are on. Cabin secured. Let's turn the weather radar on. Even though I don't really think it works in this plane. Let's do that. Let's click U. Click, I guess, a range of 50 miles. And let's change the tilt just a little bit. All right, MWS, flight controls, TMS. All right, all that's good. All right, let's put you up here. So after takeoff, lights, flaps, gear, TMS, EPU, all air off, and engine air on. Okay, so that should be okay. Engine air on and APU air is off. Is that what that said? After takeoff. Yeah, APU air is off. Engine air is on. Okay. That works. That's just right here. All the engine air is right here. And then we got to turn the APU air off, which is right here. So, all right, let's put this thing up to 25,000. All right, let's release the parking brake. Let's click LNAV. Give it a little throttle. Let's give it a little juice. What is juice? I think we need to make a U-turn on the runway, actually, so. Oh, hang on. I didn't realize it started so close to that threshold. Here's runway right here. All right, let's slow down. Go ahead and put on our takeoff lights. And we can really get out of here. So we got LNAV. Let's arm the altitude. And what we're going to do is we're gonna fly manually until we get to about 250 knots. And then we're going to hit the IAS button. And that'll keep us in that particular speed. It should keep us at that speed for the whole climb. So let's do that. The only thing that we need to do while we're taking off is eventually switch to, MCT for climb mode. So, and also turn the engine air on and the APU air also. We may put it in pitch hold for a couple of seconds, but we'll be okay. All right, let's get out of here. Brake on. No, brake is off. You can also look down here and see the brake pressure is 0.
TMS set to takeoff. Power set, N1 achieved. Speed alive, both sides. 80 knots cross-checked. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb, gear up.
Gear up. Making our turn. Put our flaps up. And let's go ahead and put ourselves in this mode real quick so we can do what we got to do here real quick. So we got to turn these on. And we got to turn off. Where the hell did it go? Okay, and go VS mode right now. Adjust that down a little bit so we can get to 250 knots. Nose down. And let's put you in climb mode. All right. For climb mode, we need to do altimeters, APU stop. Okay, so we got to turn these two pumps off. And we got to stop the APU. So let's stop that. All right. All right, let's nose down just a little bit so we can get to 250 knots. The nose not going down. There it goes. Now when we get to about 250, all right, there we go. Let's do IAS. And we are now good for the remainder of our climb. A little bit of a pain in the dick to get this plane rolling. But once you get kind of used to it, it's not too bad. What did it say to do for, okay, so TMS sync. All right, so let's click sync. And then for climb, what did it say? Doesn't say anything. All right, so let's just do sync then. And right now we're synced for N, control is N1. We're synced to the number 1 engine. And probably set regular standard pressure right now. So let's go down and do that. Yeah, we could turn the lights off. Forgot about that. There we go. You're all set now. Aer Lingus flight Eat Me Ho 123 is now en route to Heathrow Airport. That map is correct, by the way. I don't know, I think we're over the water. At least we shouldn't be. I don't really know how accurate that is. Should be heading towards... This is where we should be going. That's what's in the navigation. We got LNAV on. We're heading... Maybe we're not heading there. Runway 3. Well, we got an ADF thing for it. Let's plug in the frequency. Let's see here. Index. No. 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 Alright. Frequency. No, not there. Let's see here. Is VOR. Is it a VOR station or is it an ADF? An ADF station. Okay, so you on it's 3 me 8.5. Gotta mute myself for a second. right, sorry about that. So I had a phone call come in. I think I knew what happened. So let me put it back on LNAV. And we should go back on course. Oh, we're at 25,000 feet. Jesus Christ. Hang on a second. Let's click target. We need to slow down and we need to go back to 25,000 feet. Altitude. All right, so we had EGT in here, which is an ADF. So EGT is the ADF at the Londonderry and Eglinton. Well, the code is EGAE. Anyways, the Londonderry Airport is EGT. I plugged that in. I just noticed in here that it was saying we were like 900 and some miles away from it. So obviously it had the wrong station, and it didn't give me an option to verify the coordinates or anything. So I got rid of it, and we're going right to our second waypoint, which is we can see here, Belzoo. So now we are on point with our trip now. Now we do need to lower ourselves down a bit. So let's click VS. And let's reduce our engines a little bit and get down to 25,000 feet. When I was on the phone with my mom just now, I guess we crossed over 25,000 feet and I wasn't really paying attention. All right, she found some stuff in her trash can tonight that was a bit concerning. You know. All right. We don't really need to hurry ourselves down to 25,000 feet, but I do want to get to 25,000 feet. And, you know, we're going to stay somewhere in this 280 area for most of the cruise. I think I can turn this off now, since we're not going to that ADF station. And if we go to map now, yeah, now the map is showing correct. So we were originally supposed to go here. This Londonderry Airport is where we were supposed to go, but for some reason it was taking us all the way out here. So I thought the map was wrong at first. Then I was like, well, let me plug in the ADF station. So I plugged in down here, the ADF station. I flipped it on here and turned it to the ADF here, and then clicked on this to go to ADF. And that's when I noticed we were kind of wrong. All right, altitude arm. Now we are on the right track, I believe. That was really strange. And we are in target here, so you can sync it if you like to number 1, which I usually like to do. I usually leave it on sync and target, and we'll leave it in target mode pretty much the whole time until we start descending. Then we'll click descend. And then usually when we get close to landing, I'll put it back in takeoff mode when we're pretty close, within a few miles of landing. I'll put it back in takeoff mode. That way, if we do need to do a go around for some reason, we'll have the available power. All right, we are at altitude. Yep, altitude capture. All right, so now we need to speed back up again. Oh, I don't know. We could try going 35,000 feet. Should we try and see if the plane crashes? I'm good with that. Nah, we'll stick with the 25,000 tonight. I don't know. Maybe we can go 30, 35,000. I thought this plane would only do 25, but the flight plan that SimBrief put in place capped us at 25,000. So we're gonna stick to 25. But if you want to tell yourself we're at 35,000, you can go right ahead, my friend. go right. You tell yourself whatever you want to hear. If you think we're at 35,000, then we're at 35,000. Man, it's a simulator. It's all good. What city is this here? Wish we could make this map dark, like nighttime, kind of. What the hell happened? Oh, I guess I turned it off. Where did it go? I've never turned this screen off before. I mean, we really don't need it for anything. Let's see if we can... Light switches go. I can make it a little brighter so I can maybe see where to turn this thing back on at. Where's the button should be right here. Come on, button. What is it with screens and Microsoft Simulator lately? Like, all the screens turn off. Every single airplane I've been using lately, all the screens turn off. Oh well, screw it. It is what it is. That's not anything. All I was doing was trying to adjust the zoom level of the tablet, and the tablet turned off. Oh well, no worries. We don't need it for anything. There's nothing on the tablet we need. I mean, I was going to use it to pull up charts. You guys can see the actual. Well, yeah. Let me see if I can. Let me adjust the time real quick. Make it brighter. We can always move it back. Alright. Where are we at here? Oh, I got rid of it. What? How the hell did I get rid of the tablet? I didn't even know you could hide the tablet. We got cup holders. That's good. What the hell is this the tablet? Oh, let's check our speed actually. Oh yeah, we're real close to overspeed. Shit. Yep. As soon as I said it. I think I've been using this simulator. God, probably, what are we in November now? I think like March maybe, or April, somewhere around spring is when I found out you could actually play it on the Game Pass from Xbox. So I started playing it on my tablet, and then I wound up buying an Xbox, a few months ago. Yeah, I mean, I was using Aerofly, X-Plane, and things like that for the longest time. But I've always wanted to play this simulator, and I couldn't until recently. And it's okay on Xbox. It's probably much better on the computer. But, I don't really have the money or the funds to, get a really nice computer to run, a simulator. I don't know how to get the... Alright, that's for that. I don't know what the hell clicked. I was around here somewhere clicking on something. I don't know where. Do you use Microsoft Penguin? Is that something that you Well, I was going to use the tablet to show you guys the charts and shit, but I don't know how to get the tablet back up. I guess I could look it up real quick. Oh shit. I turned off the autopilot by accident. Oops. Alright, we're good. Jesus Christ. So sensitive. My gosh. Yeah. I hear you with shitty PCs, man. That's all I've had my whole life, shitty PCs. Hey, man, do your thing. I'm not going anywhere for a little bit. It's going to be another hour probably until this plane lands. Right, let me see if I can find out how to put the tablet back on. Actually, I kind of like this better than the tablet here. Look at this intro here. We got to stop deactivating the autopilot. Let's look this up real quick. I think this is a Just Flights. Maybe it's not. I don't know who makes this actually. I don't know if it's Just Flights or not. All right, MSFS. BAE-146 hide tablet. Quick spot on the compass card located on the forward of each panel. Oh, it is a Just Flight plane. All right, so I was right. So, the EFB tablet can be hidden using a quick spot on the compass card, located at the forward end of each side panel. That's it. Yep, that was it. Cool, we got our tablets back. Yeah, bro. How the hell did I click? How the hell did I click through the tablet and get to that? All right, let's sync up our top of descent. So if you didn't see the very beginning, I plugged this in like one of the very first things I did, because getting this keyboard to show up and operate is a pain in the dick. It's really difficult, at least on Xbox with this controller it is. Actually, even using a mouse, it's a little difficult to get it. So we need right now 71 miles to descend at a vertical speed of 2,100 feet per minute. So that's good. Here is our chart for our arrival. We're going to hit Nugra. Soppit, Bovington. Then let's see what we do after, if it has it on the sim brief here. Yeah, Bovington, BNN, that's going to be our transition for our landing. And our landing is going to be approach, where's ILS 27? This is our landing chart. We'll hit BNN and then come around here and land on this here ILS. Make it any bigger? No. I'm trying to get the right angle so I can try to make it bigger, but it wants to. There we go. All right, now we're all good with everything. Slide at a time. Now, according to our OFP, we're good until, oh, it does have us going up to 31,000 feet, actually. What's the I mean, if we can go up higher, we'll go higher. Let's see what the I thought 25,000 was the max altitude of this plane, but maybe not. Yeah, it's got us going up to 31,000 feet. What's all right, BAE cruising altitude. Cruising altitude. If it is 30-some thousand feet, oh, we can go up to 30. Shit, let's go up to 30,000 feet. I had no clue. Let's go to 30,000 feet. Let's arm that. Let's lower our speed a little bit. Let's put this in sync mode. And when we get to about 250, we'll click IAS, and that'll put us back in our climb. We just got to adjust the thrusters at that point, probably. I don't think it'll adjust the thrusters on its own, but it might. Let's wait till we get to about 250. That's good. Now let's click IAS. Let's move our thrusters up now. Let's start climbing, I would think, right? Okay, there we go. Isle of Man. had no clue. Maybe it's the 146-100 or the 146-200 that can only go up to 25,000 feet. I could have sworn that was the max, but so Nugra, and we got to be at 20,000 feet by Tobit. That's got that taken into consideration on here, I believe, on the charts. Not on the chart, but on the OFP here. Yeah, it's got us at 17,200 by Tobit. So, all right, that works. So when we get to Nugra, we'll start descending when we get to Nugra. Get the Nugra there. Sunrise, the turquoise mountain. Came up from the valley, both sides at a time. Cold, steady rain coming down. So yeah, how much could you lose? All right, little mini 747. We get closer, we'll set our nav for the right frequencies for our landing and plug in the right courses. All right, we are almost at our cruising altitude. Fuel is doing okay. Once we get to altitude, then we'll switch the TMS back over to target mode and reduce our throttle a little bit. Once we, all right, we're out of VS mode. We can put target, sync, and let's lower, well, we'll let it go a little bit faster before we lower the throttle. Getting ready to hit penal. All right, let's lower our throttle a little bit. Easier to get the throttle set on this page here, because on here these values bounce around a lot, so it's easier to, at least for me, it's easier to set it on here. All right, let's leave it here. I think we're okay. me back just a little bit more. All right, that should be good there. All right, let's get our nav set up for our arrival. Let's look at our chart and get the frequencies. Let's go to approach. And we got ILS category 2 and 3 because we can do a category 2 with this plane. And I believe the difference in categories just means like a category 3 will flare and roll out on its own, where a category 2 doesn't do that. So we have 109.5. So let's plug that in here. .5, that's the active one. And let's set it over here as well. I don't know in this plane if you need to have both sides set up exactly. I know in some planes you need to, so I'd rather just set it up both sides. So 269 is our final course. So we got 269 here. 269 here. And now we are all set. All right, our decision height is transition altitude is 6,000 feet. That's good to know. And our decision height is 100. So let's plug in 100 here. Rad altitude, the radial altitude is 102. I don't really think that matters, but here we go. That is all set. And as we get closer, we can click this here. Well, I guess we can click it now. Now that sets our speeds for our approach. You know, full flaps is 116 VREF, 30% is 121, and so on and so forth. When we get ready to land, this is already on. We'll switch our nav mode. We'll come down here. We'll click this button here and put it in VOR ILS mode. That should be really it that we need to do at that point. These are both test buttons here. It's already on, so we're good right now. Ugh. Man, I'm tired. Hard day, Thanksgiving, eating all that delicious food. We're losing some speed. Gotta speed up a little bit. There's Liverpool. I thought about flying to that airport, but I wanted to do a little bit longer flight. I want to find more airports like Innsbruck. Innsbruck in this simulator, I just found out the other day when I flew there, they actually have the guys on ground with the light up baton sticks that flag you into the like the parking zone. Like, I have never seen that in this simulator. Innsbruck had that the other day. It had the guy with the light up glow sticks that, you know, make a big, you know, they put them in an X when you need to stop, and they move them to the left or to the right, the sticks, depending on, you know, where how you need to turn. I had never seen that in this simulator until the other day. I think that was so wild. I've landed at a few other airports that have been kind of handcrafted by the simulator, and I haven't found it yet. Only airport I've seen so far that has it is Innsbruck. All right, let's see here. Let me look at the map here. Go to world map in Navigraph. So Wall we just passed, and Y is coming up. That's our next stop. So this Wall right here where Liverpool is. Wall should be, Y should be, I think somewhere around here, I believe. And once we hit, we're overspeeding. We're overspeeding, Captain. Can't hear the beeping out here. All right, we're 5 miles from Y, WHI. We'll also know when we get to Nubrick, we're going to be making a turn to the right. All right, well, let's plug in 20,000 now, so we're ready to roll when we need to get there. All right, and what does the OFP have us? What speed are we flying at during our descent? Let's take a look. True airspeed 13.7. It's got us at 0.7 at the top and Mach 0.58. So it looks like I believe these are the Mach numbers here. I think if we descend like around 230, that's probably good. That's kind of what it looks like. Looks like 230 is around Mach 0.58. My battery's almost dead. Yeah, man, I see penguins back. Welcome back, penguin. Join the Aviator Enthusiast Club. I would say it's the best damn airplane show you ever gonna see on Thanksgiving night. As long as you don't check out any other airplane shows, this will be the best airplane show you watch tonight. So we need to begin our descent here pretty soon. All right, we are close enough. Let's start slowing down so we can begin our descent. Let's put ourselves in descent mode. Let me bring up the checklist here. Descent, PTU on. I can do that. We already did the landing bugs, but if you missed it, you can click on this right here, and that'll set your landing here. Ooh, we are good. Let's click IAS now. All right, now we can start descending. All right, all that's done. Now we'll hopefully get to 20,000 feet in time. We have 50-some miles to get there, but that'll go pretty quick, I'm sure. According to the OFP in sim brief that I'm looking at here, we should be at Mach 0.58 when we get to about 20,000 feet. So I'm pretty sure that these numbers on the outside here are the Mach numbers. I think if we decline around, 20, I think if we decline at around 230 knots, we're okay. As far as the indicated airspeed. All right, let's go back to our star chart. So we just crossed here. We're heading this way right now. And let's zoom in a little bit. Work with me a little bit, baby. There you go, baby. Work with me. All right. I already plugged in our... Yeah, it's a lot of shit to remember on this plane. Yeah. I have a really lazy co-pilot. This motherfucker just sits right here. Look at him. Look at him with his fucking aviator sunglasses and his wings and partly shaved face. Yeah, I see you, buddy. You need to help out a little bit. Stop leaving all this stuff to me. Look, you're not even touching the yolks. Waste of skin. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really use a keyboard when I'm playing. I probably should start. I use a mouse every once in a while, but usually I just stick with the controller, the Xbox controller. But I am looking into using a mouse and keyboard on here, but I don't know. I've gotten so used to playing with it on a controller that, I don't really think I'm missing anything by keyboard and mouse, but I might be. I'm sure certain things would be easier with it. Yeah, boy. So we got our frequency set, 109.5. We got it set on this side, and we got here. So when it's split, it really just follows nav1. But if you wanted to have, say, like 2 different VOR stations set up in 2 different courses, you can use this to go between nav1 and nav2. That's pretty much what that button, that dial thing is for. All right, how far out are we? 30,000. And we could actually probably slow our descent a little bit. Let's increase the speed a little bit and slow our descent a little bit. Yeah, this plane in particular seems to have the most shit to do out of all the planes in the simulator that I've flown so far. This plane seems to be like the most in depth with doing a lot of stuff. It's a pain in the ass a lot of times. And this is the only plane I need to actually use a checklist to start the plane. It's just you have to do so many of these buttons in a certain procedure, and it's just, I don't know. But the plane looks cool. It's a mini 747. It's fun to fly. And I like flying it because it doesn't have all the digital displays. It's just old school style stuff. So I kind of like that. Nice for a change. Some of the planes I've been flying recently, I did a flight yesterday with the Cessna Citation Longitude, and the screens went completely black, 3 or 4 miles before the landing. And it's something with the all digital screens in this simulator on Xbox. They did blank out very quickly. All right, so we need to be at 20,000 feet here. I think that's like we got to be at 20. Yeah, so we can't be higher or lower than 20,000. We got to be like right in the cut there, right at 20,000. And BNN is our transition for the runway to go make a big U-turn and get that landing. All right, let's lower our speed a little bit. Let's get to 20,000 a little quicker. Oh yeah, this thing's got 4 engines. Yeah, it's like a mini 747. You don't really see this. I don't think they really fly this plane anymore too often. Like I look on FlightAware all the time to try to get an idea of what kind of flights to do, and like there's like every once in a while you'll see one of these BAE, planes flying. But yeah, they really don't use these planes anymore, which is a shame because I think they're really cool, but I don't know. Maybe they're not cost effective for the airline industry to use. Who knows? It's either money or reliability, I guess, would be the reason why they don't use these planes anymore. Yeah, 4 might be a bit much. I mean, they don't look like really big engines though. So, but yeah, it probably is a bit much. Maybe having one on each side. Maybe the wing, I don't know, maybe the wing couldn't support the size that they needed, but I don't know. Yeah, I think 4 is a bit much. Sure, there's a reason they put 4. Maybe they cut a side deal with the engine manufacturers. So, every engine they made, they got to cut. Maybe that's why they put 4 in there, so they can get paid more money. Isn't that right, you lazy bitch? Are you going to do anything on this flight? All right, we're at our altitude. Speed the engines up a little bit. You don't fall out of the sky. Maybe not that much, Greg. Just a little bit. Our next altitude is, to say here, 17,000 feet, I think. 15,000. All right. And we can arm this altitude. Maybe we can. Oh, hang on. No. Maybe I'll try VNAV next time and see if VNAV actually does something on this plane. I thought it starts descending right away when you click VNAV, but maybe it doesn't. It doesn't work at all. Yeah, VNAV doesn't seem to work. All right. Whatever, bitch. It's fine. Yeah, you can set up scenarios. I don't know if I can do it from anything here. I think I need to do it from the beginning of the flight, I think. Now I know actually I don't know if I can do it I don't know if I can do it from the actual flight now, but there is a plane, the PDM 737, PDMG 737, which I have. Maybe I'll use it tomorrow. That one you can set up failures right from the FMS screen. You can go right into this section here and set up all the failures you want to happen. So, but yeah, we could set up some shit. Have an engine catch on fire, or cabin depressurizes, or some bullshit like that. A PDMG 737 also has this thing where it actually keeps track of like how many hours the particular plane has, and it'll start giving you failures based on like the amount of hours you've flown the plane, which I think is really cool. All right, let's slow down again. And let's arm the altitude and click IAS. And according to... Yeah, this can't do it. Oh, 0.52 is the Mach number. All right. That's kind of where we're at. Then to get to 7,000 feet, I guess we would start... Oh, let's keep going. Yeah, that is nice. I know you can set up failures. I forget where to really set them up for the regular planes. I think you need to do it from the start screen. I think I have to play with it. But yeah, I can do that. That would be cool, actually, to see what happens with the engine that blows out, or you lose your hydraulics, cabin depressurizes, and maybe if it depressurizes, it'll suck you out since you don't do anything. Right, Chad? Giga Chad? Your perfect hair and fucking Gucci sunglasses and all that dirt around your lip. Fucking hair dirt. Alright, so we got 13 miles to Soffit, where we need to be at 15,000 feet. Lower our speed a little bit more, so I slowed the engines down to get to about here, and then I clicked IAS, and now the plane will do everything it can to keep it at that speed. So reducing the speed right now will pitch the nose down more. All right, well, you know what? Let's put this down to 7,000 feet, actually. Since it looks like we're going to be at 15,000 on time, let's put this down to 7,000, which is what we need to be at for our transition. We need to be at 7,000 feet, a max of 220 at BNN, and then we need to flips over to this chart here. We'll hit BNN, and then we'll put it in, we'll take off LNAV, we'll take off, the current, we'll use heading mode, put ourselves in the ILS capture mode, and we'll fly out and catch it and make that big, beautiful U-turn. That big, beautiful U-turn back to the airports. All right, let's see here. Descent approach. All right, all that shit is good. Altimeters. All right, so we got to put the APU back on. The brake fan should still be on auto. Yeah, they're still on auto. Okay. All right, let's increase our speed a little bit so we can slow our descent just a little bit, because I like to be around 1,200 feet per minute. All right, that looks about good. And all right, we got the rad altitude, which is right here. It should say 102. Yeah, so it's at 102. That's the correct one. APU we need to turn back on, and then landing. EC pump to auto. Yeah, that's up here. So right before we land, we got to put the AC pump back on. The APU air and packs on, and turn the engine air off. Okay. So we're good right now. A lot of shit to do in this plane. Maybe that's why they got rid of this plane too. It's too much shit for the pilots to do. All right, let me. Yeah, I think we'll get to our altitude in time. BAE-146K. What is that at? 16. What the hell is that? Yeah, no. Oh, you know what? That's right. I don't really need to do much at all, actually, on this. Actually, I think I can leave this thing in LNAV until we make the final turn to the runway, actually. I'm looking at the Navigraph chart right now, and when you have the approach that we have set up, when you transition from BNN... Shit. Thank you. Put the autopilot's back on. I clicked it off by accident. When we have the transition from BNN, I can get rid of that one BNN actually. So, yeah, this landing that we're doing, the ILS landing that we're doing, when you transition from BNN, it actually, we don't need to switch modes. We can leave it in the mode we're in now until we kind of get close to making our final turn, and then once we get, so we have D126S. Right, so when we get to D126S, that's pretty much right before we get to make our turn to the runway. So when we get to that waypoint, we'll put ourselves in heading mode and switch nav sources and then activate the ILS. We're doing okay. We need to slow down a little bit. Oh, I'm sure I've tail struck while I'm landed before. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to look at the chat. Yeah, I definitely done it during takeoffs. That's for sure. Landings, I've had some really messed up landings on this channel. I've had landings where like I've bounced. When I landed, I bounced and went straight up in the air, like nose straight up in the air, and kept on bouncing and flipped over. And yeah, I'm sure I've struck the tail. It's tough to see sometimes because if you're in the airplane, you know, from what I've seen so far, there's nothing that shows you struck the tail, and you can't really replay what happened. Now, in Aerofly, when I can replay, I can replay everything off in an Aerofly. That I go back and watch, and there's a lot of times I've struck the tail. All right, let's put on some landing lights. Let's put on logo lights. Put on our wing lights back on. Once we cross BNN, we'll officially be in our approach mode. Dive a little bit as So we're supposed to be at 7,000 feet by the time we get to BNN. Oh, no, we got to switch you to 2,500. My bad. My bad, airplane. Let's put this back. No, let's put this back down. All right, there we go. Now we're pretty close to 7,000 feet. And now that we're in approach mode, I know there's a couple of things we need to do. I'm not going to mess around with the barometric pressure since this is not live weather. It makes no sense to play with the altimeters. All right, let's turn the APU back on. Brake fans are already on. Got all that set. All right, so there's nothing we need to do there. Only thing left to do is turn on the AC pump and switch packs and air source. So we'll click on we'll turn this on, turn this on, these two on, and turn these four off. Let's put ourselves in heading mode. Let's line our heading up. All right, let's set our altitude. That's good. All right, let's go ahead and go heading mode. Just heading mode, heading mode. Let's go ahead and change our nav source. And D126D.
Speed checked below 205, select flaps 18. Speed check below 205, select gear down.
Let's go aircraft. GSL. And let's start turning towards the ILS. Yeah, I think that's the airport where like you had to like cross over all these kind of mountains or like fly like next to these mountains and shit. Yeah, I think I know what airport you're talking about. I believe I do. I think I know. Don't hold me to it, but I'm pretty sure I know which one you're talking about.
Localizer armed.
let's actually continue.
Glide slope's alive. 1 dot to go.
Yeah, I know the glide scope's alive, buddy. Come over
Glide
here a
slope
little
captured.
bit. We are actually a little too close. All right, let's see here. All right, let's do this here. We need to spin around, so we need to give ourselves some distance from the airport. So let's actually climb to 3,000 feet. Put ourselves in climb mode again. These are flaps. And let's turn the VOR lock off for now. We're a little too close to the airport. So let's give ourselves some distance. Yeah. I wasn't really paying attention between looking at the chat and other shit. I kind of lost track of where we were. So we got a little too close. So I'm gonna head away from the airport for a few minutes. Oh shit, look how fast we're going. Jesus Christ. That's a little too fast. I never claimed to be a really good pilot. I just kind of know what buttons to push. Yeah, I'll have to check out that airport. The was it Kai-Tak? I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'll have to check into that because, you know, I like to find tough stuff to do. If there's a tough airport out there like that, yeah, I'd love to try to see if I can land at that airport. Let's get up just a little bit higher, and then we'll get ready to make our U-turn. All right, that's good there. So let's click altitude. Let's lower our throttle. Let's click VOR lock and glide scope, and let's
localizer captured.
start making our turn.
Armed.
Oh, actually, it looks like it's trying to capture it now. I don't want to capture it this early. I'd rather capture it when we're heading in the right direction. All right, we can put down flaps 1. I'm clicking localizer now.
Localizer armed.
All right, very good. I believe the localizer is captured. Yeah, it looks like... Oh, maybe not. At least we got to take a little tour of London. That's pretty cool. What's that? The O2. Look at that thing. That thing's pretty cool looking. HSBC Tower. That tower has put a lot of people in debt. All right, it looks like it did capture the localizer, so it's making its own corrections right now. That's okay. Let it do its thing. Maybe not. What the fuck is going on? All right. Put ourselves in heading mode. Plane is doing some quirky shit tonight, unless it, maybe it's just the pilot. Maybe I'm just like really tired. It's been a long day.
Localizer armed. Localizer captured.
All right, there we go. Localizer is now captured. And then the glide scope ball, which I think it's up here. I think this is it here. Once this gets to about here, then we'll be good. What is our VREF mode? 116. So, all right. Slow down a little bit. Yeah, I should. I probably would do something like that, but man, I am tired. I got to work tomorrow. And I'm on the East Coast, so it's about midnight, and I got to be up by like 7:30 tomorrow to go to work. So, but tomorrow night, you know, I can do some scenarios. I am going to look into how to set up those you know, the failures and shit. Like I do want to do that. I think that would be kind of cool to have scenarios like that. How far out are we? 14th. So flaps 2. Buzz the tower. Yeah, normally I'd stay up and maybe do some more stuff, but work has not been going great for me lately, so I need to make sure I am fairly productive tomorrow so I can try to keep my job. All right, glide scope is getting ready to capture. 10 miles out, so let's slow our roll a little bit. And let's go ahead and put on, we got to put this on auto. We got to turn the APU air on. We got to turn, oh, the packs are already on, okay. And we got to
Captured.
turn these off.
Established on the ILS.
Light scope captured. Yep, these are both in green. That means the light scopes have been captured. So let's put our landing gear down. Let's put our flaps down some more. I think VREF said it was 116. Yeah, 116. Okay. I want to see if this airport's got the guys to wave you in with the batons, man. I have a hard time believing that it's just Innsbruck that does that. It's got to be other airports in here. That was such a cool thing I saw. I'm still astounded. I'm still amazed that I actually saw that the other night. I did this snowy landing in Innsbruck. The flight was really cool and shit. And then when I landed, I taxied over to the gate, and there was a guy there with the light up batons flagging us in to land. And then when we got to the right spot, he like crossed the sticks and told us to stop, man. I thought that was some cool shit. I've never seen that. Twickenham Stadium. Twickenham, that's a hell of a name for a stadium. Isleworth. Sounds like a British rich dude's last name. Hello, I'm Sir Isleworth. Hounslow. Where's Harry Potter's house? I thought it was interesting myself. I've never seen another, if you're saying interesting about what I said about the airport, I've never seen another airport in this simulator do that. And I've landed at a lot of airports. So I have a hard time believing that it's really just that one that does that, but it might be. It might be the only airport that does it. If that's the case, I'll be doing a lot of flights to Innsbruck. Right. I think this airplane will pretty much land itself. It should, at least. It should do everything except like put the wheels down. Being a category 2, it doesn't roll out and flare. So see what happens. Our shadow? Yeah, I guess that's our shadow there. I thought that was another plane landing. Alright, let's land and get to a gate and see if we're flagged in.
Autopilot disconnected.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Ground idle.
There we go. On the ground.
Brake pressure seen.
Yeah, me too. I like that a lot. This plane does it, and I know for sure the 737 does. The PMDG 737 that I bought. That fucker was expensive. That thing was like $60 or $70 for that plane, but it's been worth it so far because, I mean, outside of the tablet not being, thank you, appreciate it. Well, it's not too hard to land when you're only like 30 feet over the ground. You know, if we came in from 1,000 feet and landed it by hand, it might have been a little different. But thank you. All right, let's cruise around for a minute and see if we can. That's one thing the simulator's been doing a lot lately, which is driving me nuts. It keeps on like dropping like frame. Like you see how it's stuttering? It's really only been doing that like since the last update. Once that last update came out, that's when all this like stuttering bullshit started happening. All right, so we landed on 27 left. I'm looking at a map of the airport right now, so I can try to find out where to go. All right, so yeah, we can turn here. I think that's Terminal 5 all the way in front of us there. That long building. That long building there. All right, let's see if there's anybody with sticks. Yeah, man, go do your thing. I do these streams often, so if you subscribe, you know, you'll know when I know when I go on. So, but yeah, thanks for coming by tonight. I appreciate it. Good day at work. Make that money. Make that money. Make that cheddar. All right, no guys with sticks yet. Let's keep going. Our flaps up. Let's go around here. And let's go in this little alcove over here and see if we got any guys with sticks. Not yet. Now let's try parking like right here and see if anybody shows up. Maybe we need to get closer. Maybe we need to get closer. No. Nobody's home. Damn, that sucks. Maybe I could get on Discord or something, or a forum, and see if I can find out what other airports they do that at. Shit. All right, well, maybe we'll shut the airplane down. Maybe we'll do that and then call it a night. All right, after landing. Oh shit, we're still moving. Let me go to Innsbruck real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Actually, you know what? Let me just end the stream. I'm tired. I gotta go to work tomorrow. It's been real, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ghouls and gals. Certainly be good to yourself, be good to other people, be good to me. Click on that all-important subscribe button. Do me a solid. I promise nothing bad is going to happen to you. Nothing bad in your life is going to happen from clicking subscribe, that's for sure. So click subscribe, please. I appreciate it. Click the thumbs up. Maybe leave me a comment, say what's up. And we're going to be back tomorrow night. I'm gonna look into doing some failures. Maybe we'll have an engine blowout at 30-some thousand feet in the air. Maybe we'll lose pressurization. Maybe we'll do something like that and see if we can actually land. And we'll go from there. Anyways, that's about it. My name is Greg. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good start to the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. That's